Hello you guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to be doing an ultimate book video today. I thought it'd be so fun to take you guys shopping with me, do a little bit of a how I choose what I read next, and then organize my bookshelves because they have been sorely needing it. It has been a mess for way too long, and then do a little bit of a reading vlog from one of the books that I got while we were book shopping. So it's like all the fun things wrapped up into one, and I think it's just going to be a really sweet time to hang out and get to know each other a little bit better. I've been needing just like a good, fun reading reset, so this has been a really sweet and good time to do that, especially as we're coming into the fall season. I just want to like reset and get in the cozy mood, and just going book shopping and reading a book and just like really enjoying it, soaking it up is one of the best ways to do that for me. So I hope you guys enjoy this as much as I enjoyed making it. And of course, if you enjoy the video, please like and subscribe so we can hang out more often. Okay, we were just introduced to one of the love interests. We're going to Barnes & Noble, and I am going to kind of walk you through my process of like choosing books to read next, which is changing recently. It used to be I just like saw something that sounded really interesting and I went and like tried to read it right away, but now I'm trying to be a little bit more thoughtful about what I'm reading next. So I want to go and just like browse and then see what catches my eye, and then maybe see if there's some that are on my list right now. I know some big ones that are on my list are the new Riley Sager book, because I will read anything that man writes. I don't even care. I also want to see if they have Flowers for Algernon, because that's one of my favorite books ever and I don't own it, and I just would love to own it. I have my physical TBR in my Goodreads list, so I'll probably reference that a little bit, but I kind of just want to like browse and see if there's like some authors that I'm interested in. I don't know, see what they have. So that's what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna come along, I'm gonna bring you along with me and just walk you through maybe a good process that you can try when you're choosing your next book to read. I was driving over here and I realized that With a Vengeance is actually on Spotify Premium right now. So my recommendation is to exhaust your resources with Libby and Spotify Premium or the library before you go and buy a book, because you never know if you're really gonna like it unless you love that author. I mean, I'm all for just going for it and buying a book. I don't think you're ever gonna go wrong if you have extra physical books, but if you just want to spend less money and consume a little bit less, it's just a good idea to check your library first, or if you have Spotify Premium, check that, because those are really great resources. There's so many good books. I was like almost overwhelmed because I was like, this is so fun. I get to listen to all of these, and it's just so nice to have something that I can listen to in the car or in my headphones when I just don't have time to like sit down and actually read a physical book. So anyways, it looks like it's gonna pour rain. I don't know if you can see that, so I'm going to go inside. So usually when I'm shopping for books, I'll try to look for authors that I know that I enjoy first, or books that are actually on my wish list. So I saw these books by R.F. Kuang, and I'm reading Babel on my Kindle right now. I also saw some Brandon Sanderson, which I love him, but I think I'm going to pass on them right now because there's some other books that I really want to read. So I don't want to buy books just to have them sit on my bookshelf for a long time. I want to be able to read them right away. It started pouring rain. I like ran out of the Barnes & Noble with a death grip on this plastic bag because I didn't want anything to get wet, and I luckily don't think that anything did, but it's raining so hard. I would do a quick haul for you guys, but I think I'm gonna show you once I get home because I just want to get out of this rain as soon as possible. And also, tell me why I am only 8 minutes into this book and I'm already hooked. That's how good Riley Sager is. Hi. Okay, so I got back from Barnes & Noble last night, and then it was pouring rain, so I didn't really finish this video. I just kind of like got home and made dinner, all the things. But I wanted to show you what I got from Barnes & Noble. The first one is Mistborn. I've been wanting to read more Brandon Sanderson, and I've heard this one is really good. He talks about this one a lot, so I just wanted to start the series out. So I'm gonna be reading this one sometime this summer. And then I also got A First Time for Everything, which is K.L. Walther's, and I love The Summer of Broken Rules and What Happens After Midnight. I haven't read Maybe Meant to Be, but I'm excited about this one. She always has just like really fun and, I don't know, like swoon worthy. It says it on the back. don't miss her swoon-worthy romance. That's such a good description of it. So I'm excited to read this one. And this is the one that I'm probably gonna be reading for the rest of this video. It has really cute sprayed edges too, so I'm excited to add that to the collection. I wanted to make sure I was getting books that I had been thinking about for a while, or authors that I knew that I already loved, because if I'm taking a chance with something, I would rather get it from the library instead of just going ahead and buying it. So that's why I only got 2, but it was fun to look at the rest of them. I saw a few that I had been thinking about buying for a while, but I knew that I wouldn't be able to read them in the next couple of months, so I'm just gonna hold off on buying those for now. So that's kind of my thought process there. I need to reorganize my bookshelves because the state of them is not great. I honestly have not even organized these since we put them up and put all the books on them, because we've only been living here for about almost a year now, but we got the bookshelves probably 7 months ago, right after we had our baby, so I haven't really organized or made them cute in any way. But the irony is we're probably going to be moving in the next couple of months, so it might be for naught, but it also might just be nice to have it looking cute for the time being. Okay, what I'm kind of doing is just piling them up. So I have my middle grade here, and then I have some like classics here, and then I'm gonna put my adult fantasy over there. And then anything that's like Christian nonfiction, I'm kind of just putting it in this empty area here. Oh, that doesn't go there. So I'm trying to like fill up the blanks with those, and maybe that'll make it a better process. I don't know, we'll see. Marty is, of course, trying to get in the way. Okay, we took a break to go to Target, do dinner. Now my husband's putting the baby down, and I'm gonna make some tea and then start on the bookshelves again. I've been drinking this lemon loaf Tazo tea. Let me see if it'll show you guys. Glazed lemon loaf with like just a little bit of milk in my tea, and it is so tasty. I am super doubtful of any like sweet tea or like decadent dessert tea. This one is actually really good. I just went upstairs and got these beautiful bookends that we got for our wedding, and I don't know why I haven't been using them this whole time. So I'm gonna use these to hold up the Christian nonfiction section. Okay, cute. It's just temporary while I get all of this mess sorted out, but it will hold it up. One of the things that I really love about going through all of my books or just reorganizing is it's kind of like going through a memory box. I feel like I'm like picking out little memories of the time in life that I was reading a certain book, or just like the memories that are associated with the book, and it just, I don't know, it's like seeing old friends. Like with the Chronicles of Narnia, when I was a kid, I had this set, and it was a different print than these, but it had a very distinct smell. These have it too. I don't know how that even works, but I just love the smell of that. Okay, so kind of what I'm doing, you can't even see this chaos that is happening around me. Let me show you. Okay, so all of this fell. This was one stack. They were all stacked here, but now they're everywhere. But this is my young reader / middle grade stack. And then I have this book, Betting on You. That was supposed to become its own stack. That's supposed to be the YA stack. But I'm wondering if I should combine YA fantasy and YA romance, or just have like YA as a section, because I was gonna do fantasy and then have YA be its own thing. I think what I'm gonna do is just have this with all the YA, because I really don't have that much other than fantasy for YA, so I'll just do that. And then on the other side of me, a stack that also fell was my classics stack. This stack is just everywhere now. And then this is my adult fantasy stack. And then over here, I have more middle grade readers. So I'm actually gonna probably combine these with those. Okay, are you seasick? I'm sorry. Has anyone ever read The Swerve? I got this book because I thought it was a political thriller, and I think it's a nonfiction about the rise of modern culture, which thankfully still sounds kind of interesting, but it's not what I thought it was gonna be. I love how I said I didn't want to take it all off and sort it on the floor, because that is exactly what has happened. This section is looking good. And then this section is getting there. I think I'm putting my nonfiction on the bottom there. And yeah, there's kind of a method to this madness right now. You might not be able to tell, but it's there. Okay, I think we're finished. I put all of the Christian nonfiction here, and then we have commentaries and Bibles underneath that. And then that bottom row here is just like adult literary fiction. And then next to it, we have the nonfiction section. And then on the bottom here, we also have classics. And then I put all of my like middle grade young reader books down here, and I just stacked my little box sets over there. And then on the middle row, I put thrillers here, and then some more classics to like fill out this middle row here. And then up here we have all of the fantasy, adult fantasy, and then YA on this section over here. So now we're done, and I'm excited because it looks so much better. Hey guys, it's the next day, and I read a little bit of, wait, what was the book that I read last night called? It's the one that I got from Barnes & Noble. But I wanted to show you guys that I got some exciting mail because I wanted to do a fun little craft project. So I got some bookish charms to make a little charm necklace. So we're gonna try and see how that turns out. I have this necklace that I want to put it on, but I've never found like any charms that I really love, but I saw some on Etsy the other day, so I went ahead and ordered them. So let's see what they look like. Oh my gosh, it's so itty bitty. Ah, cute little heart one. Okay, and this one we had, it's like a little umbrella, and one of my favorite middle grade books, there's a scene with the umbrellas. It's called The Trials of Morgan Crow. I'm sure I've talked about it before, but it's really good. So that was kind of an homage to that book. And then I got this one with a little sleeping fairy. She's on the moon. Oh, it's so cute. I read a little bit of Never Have I Ever last night, and it's really cute because I didn't know it was set on a farm. So in the book, it has the seasons portioned out. So it starts off in the winter, and it's like this snowy little homestead, and it's so cute, which is just a pleasant surprise because I didn't realize that was the setting. And I feel like K.L. Walter is always good at creating these very immersive atmospheric settings. And I'm excited to keep reading it. I'll keep updating you on this book as I read it because I'll probably be able to finish it during this vlog. We'll see how long it takes me, but anyways, I might get started on making my charm necklace. Good morning, guys. I am starting to do my makeup, but I figured it'd be fun to give you an update on reading and how I've been choosing what I've been reading lately. Last night, I started off with The Woman in White when I was going to bed, and then I got kind of tired, so I started reading A First Time for Everything to finish out the night. So yeah, I really enjoyed my reading in The Woman in White last night. And then in A First Time for Everything, I'm kind of getting through that slowly. I think I'm only on chapter 2 still, but I like it. It's very atmospheric. So yeah, those two books have been fun. I think if you are a mood reader like me, doing something along those lines where you let yourself read whatever you want to read whenever you want to read it, like don't try to force anything, but also set a goal for yourself of reading like at least a couple pages, like 3 to 5 pages of a book that you want to work through, but maybe it's not as easy to work through. As you get further and further along, it just becomes easier to read it. So you kind of just have to push through in those beginning stages. That's the way that I've found that works for me. So you just gotta find what works for you. Okay, we were just introduced to one of the love interests. This is so cute. Let me just read this to you. Okay, so she's coming down the stairs and she like trips the last couple steps and he teases her for it. And then she says, he'd been 2 grades ahead of me, the resident soccer player that all the girls swooned over thanks to his naturally tousled dark hair and salted caramel colored eyes. Yes, I realized that description suggested that I had a thing for him too. Or far more likely, that I had a sweet tooth and constantly craved candy. I think that's just such a fun way to introduce us to our love interests, or one of them, and like also give us a sense for her sense of humor. Okay, I'm halfway through now and I'm kind of having a hard time with the main character because she's a bit of a pick-me girl, and the way that she's treating her brother's fiance, I don't know, it just feels a little weird, I'm not gonna lie. So I hope there's some redemption for her character arc. Oh, you guys, I don't know what to do. I'm like almost thinking of DNFing this, and it's because the main character is so unlikable to me. I just don't know. I'm like really disappointed because I wanted to like this book so much, but I just like, I cannot stand her. I think I am gonna try to finish it later though, because I just really want there to be redemption. I want her to redeem herself, and I want all these like female relationships to get better. So I'll probably push through. Hey guys, I actually just got back from a trip to Maine. It was for a bachelorette party and it was so much fun. But while I was on the plane, I finished a first time for everything. You know what? I'm gonna say I enjoyed it. I know like throughout this video I've been like, oh, I'm not sure if I really like it because I don't love the main character. I do feel like she kind of redeemed herself a little bit. I realized that when I thought that her best friend was dating someone else at the beginning, he actually wasn't, but they were still like hanging out one-on-one while he did have a girlfriend, which was just kind of weird to me. But I did like the romance and I did feel like it ended nicely. But I was telling my friend, this hits a little too home in terms of just like difficult wedding situations, like managing communication and just all the things that come with weddings. It can just be like stressful. And so like I feel like a lot of those situations were happening here, and like the fiance is like more of a reserved person. So I felt like I like related to her more than I did the main character. So yeah, those are like my final thoughts on the book. I really liked the romance. It was fun, it was cute, and I loved like the Princeton setting, and I just really feel immersed every single time. So yeah, that's a first time for everything. Thank you so much for watching this reading vlog. I had a lot of fun doing it. I'm not doing these very often, so enjoy it. And I hope that you're reading something good. I would love to hear what you're reading in the comments below, and I will see you next time. Enjoy some good stories and aspire to think well about them. Bye.